All right, we're joined by head coach Shaheen Holloway. We're going to open it up for questions.
Sorry, had a trouble getting unmuted there. Coming back from yesterday, obviously a really good effort today. What was the biggest effort, or rather the biggest difference for you guys out on the court in terms of the way the team performed?
Well, I thought, to tell you the truth, I was really disappointed. You got to give Fairfield a lot of credit yesterday. They came back a few times. I was really disappointed in the way we played yesterday, not just the way we played, our attitudes and everything. This game of basketball, you can't take it for granted. So the difference was, me watching film all night, us watching film today, making some adjustments, not shooting as many threes, and just, understanding what's in front of us.
You talked about the importance last night of keeping Casey Nadefo on the court today. Only the 2 fouls, 20 points, and had a really great effort. Just how big was he toward leading the team for this win today?
Casey, he's an all-league player for a reason. He's, appreciating the first team. He's a the defensive player of the year. When you take away a kid's strength, and that's playing defense, and that's what's been happening. And I told him we had a talk today. We talked last night. I said, you got to find a way how to be smart. Like you can't go for every block. Sometimes you just got to body up and just do position defense. I thought today he did a great job of doing that, and he kept himself in the game.
Coach, great win. You talked about yesterday your bench. One of the things you put an emphasis on in the post game. Tonight you brought Matthew Lee off the bench. He was huge. He had 10 points, 4 assists, and 0 turnovers. And Doug Edit was huge off the bench for you as well. Talk a little bit about those two guys and the production that you wanted coming off the bench in terms of just when the starters are scoring, you're looking for some consistency off the bench.
Well, I thought with Matt, Coach, you've been around for a long time. Sometimes you got to send a message. Sometimes when people get comfortable, I thought Matt was being way too comfortable, way too cool, not playing the way, like, what got him here. Like when we first got him last year and when he came on as a walk-on, he was starving. He was hungry. He earned a scholarship midway point. He earned a scholarship this year. But he's playing way too cool for me. I don't like cool players. I like players that play, hard nose, put your sleeves up, let's get to work. He's been playing too cool. So, I brought him off the bench and, I think he understood. And I think he came out with a great performance. And sometimes you just got to humble people again. And I got humbled last night as a coach, and I went back to the lab and made some adjustments and went back in and we came out with the victory today.
Coach, you really shot the ball well tonight, but one of the things that really jumped out at me, you won the rebound battle, but you also only turned the ball over 8 times. You guys really took care of the basketball, which enabled you to get more shot opportunities, particularly late in the ball game as well. Talk about, was that part of the thing you talked about?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's part of the reason why we lost the game last night. I thought we had control of the game for 34 minutes, up 12, up 8, up 10, making runs and, they making runs. It's a game of runs, but we turned the ball over at crucial points last night. They destroyed us on the offense. They destroyed us on the rebounding last night. So today, like I said, we went back in the lab and like we got to start from scratch. Like, you got to understand this game of basketball, and as a former coach, you understand this, coach. Like what you put into it is what you get out of it. When you come in with a nonchalant attitude and not ready to go every night, what happens last night happened. I don't want to lose at home. I don't want to lose no games. But, we kind of, took our foot off the gas and Fairfield took advantage of it and they, won last night. Tonight we came back with a different mind, different mentality, pressured the ball a little bit different tonight, made them stand around a little bit more stagnant with our zone, and we got the victory.
Well, you talked about yesterday ball game where they didn't play your style of basketball. They didn't play Shaheen Holloway basketball. I used to talk about the Holloway effect last year, and I saw it was on display tonight. And I think the effort was there. Was that something you put more of an emphasis on? Do you think that was a direct correlation, just the effort and everything else will fall into place?
You know what? I try to give these guys some freedom, on plays, but like last night, I thought we down the stretch made plays. I had to be more involved. I didn't really want to do that this year a lot. But you know, when it's needed, we gotta do it. And I thought it was needed. Our guys, you know, we pay attention. I had to make sure we get in the set every time down. And when we did it, we got good stuff.
So just want to go back a couple questions when you were talking about Matthew Lee. So was starting Noah Kamba today more about sending the message to Lee or just wanting to switch things up generally to try and get a different combination and different spark early on?
A combination of both. You know, I'm a young old school guy. You can't keep doing the same thing and get the same results. Like I said, people gotta be understanding and understand what it takes to play Division I basketball. First of all, it's an honor and a privilege. So when you don't take advantage and you're out there just, you know, playing cool and not understanding who you are and why you're here, and sometimes you gotta let guys know that. Matt Lee's been great for us because he's been a hungry, humble kid. But lately he's been playing too cool for me and worry about Matt Lee instead of worrying about the team. So I had to make sure you understand that tonight. I thought he did a great job of answering the house call. You got to give credit when credit's due. He came, you know, I put him off the bench. He came in and played the way I wanted him to play.
Thank you so much, Coach.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Win, Coach.